When it comes to defenders who were dominant in their primes for Manchester United, a few names springs to mind. We are talking about the likes of Nemanja Vidic, Rio Ferdinand, Steve Bruce, just to name a few. But today we are going to talk about none other than the man himself, Phil Jones, the king of diabolical defending. Now, some people might say he was one of the worst defenders to ever grace the Premier League, while some say he was just a scapegoat to hide the inevitable decline of Manchester United. But before we discuss all this, let's take a look to where it all started for him. Phil Jones began his footballing career at age 10 when he joined the Blackburn Rovers Youth Academy. This was where he honed and crafted his early footballing abilities. Having rose through the ranks at Blackburn Rovers, he then went on to make his Premier League debut in 2009. Jones was primarily a centre-half but also had the flexibility to play right back and midfield at times. It was his versatility that made him stand out from his peers, and it was evident for everyone to see he had loads of potential. In the 2010-2011 season, Phil Jones later went on to play a crucial role in helping Blackburn Rovers staying up in the Premier League as they beat Wolverhampton in dramatic fashion on the last day of the season. This was by all means a great accomplishment for the club at the time, and his impressive performances was garnering the attention of a number of Premier League giants including Arsenal and Manchester United. In an interview, he stated that he first met with Arsene Wenger about the possibility of signing for Arsenal, but couldn't do so because he was also on the radar of Manchester United, and their manager at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, was a huge fan of him. He also stated that his meeting with Sir Alex Ferguson was an eye-opener because in the meeting between the two, they barely spoke on the topic of football, but rather on the topic of family and getting to know him as a person and wanting to help him fulfill his potential in every regard. However, the deciding factor in him choosing between Arsenal and Manchester United was when Sir Alex Ferguson said to him, "Are you a winner?" When he heard this question, he stated he was overwhelmed, and in that very moment he knew he was signing for Manchester United. He was signed for £16.5 million on a 5-year contract, which was a record fee for Blackburn Rovers at the time. In his first season for Manchester United, he was heavily involved but later lost out on the Premier League title to Manchester City on the last day of the season, all thanks to that famous Sergio Aguero goal. In the following season, he went on to lift the Premier League title with Manchester United, which was Sir Alex Ferguson's final triumph, and despite Phil Jones' season being interrupted by injuries, Sir Alex Ferguson would often sing his praises, stating that based on Phil Jones' trajectory, he could become Manchester United's best player ever.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
However, in the 2013-2014 season, under manager at the time David Moyes, he made 39 appearances for Manchester United across all competitions. For Manchester United, this was a poor season as they finished 7th and also failed to qualify for any European competitions for the first time since 1990. As a result, David Moyes was sacked, and it was evident that the worst was yet to come for Manchester United and Phil Jones. In the following season, under Louis van Gaal, he was hampered with an ankle and shin injury which minimized his playing time. The following season, he was expected to come back stronger, but suffered an ankle sprain and other niggling injuries which affected his performances on the pitch. During this time, the fans of Manchester United were growing frustrated and impatient by his poor performances which costed United valuable wins at times. In addition, he has been humiliated on the pitch by rival players and often was making rash tackles, giving away silly penalties and scoring own goals at will. Sad to say, he was becoming a laughingstock at Manchester United and was the most memed defender on the internet at the time. Also, Manchester United fans were calling for him to be dropped from the starting 11 or worse, sold for little or nothing. At the time, I found it very funny, and for that very reason, I labeled him the king of diabolical defending because I have never seen anyone quite like him before. Now, on the outside looking in, you could clearly see that all this was slowly but surely taking a toll on him. In the following seasons, he would again suffer more injuries. However, it was the knee injury which was the most devastating to his Manchester United career, keeping him out for almost 2 years. By the time he returned to action in 2021, he had lost his starting spot and became a bit part player, making the odd appearances here and there. In an interview, he spoke about the abuse he received on and off the pitch and how it affected him mentally, where he had to seek professional help from a psychiatrist. Also, he stated that he was scared to go out in public places because he couldn't handle the scrutiny of fans who had a negative perception of his Manchester United career. Luckily, he overcame the mental stress thanks to the professional help he received and went on with his career. In the latter stages of his Manchester United career, unfortunately, he was hampered with more injuries and later retired from professional football in 2023. Fast forward to the current day, Phil Jones is pursuing his UEFA Pro license as he has the aspirations of one day becoming a coach in the near future. In addition, he is also learning his trade managing Manchester United's under-18 team. Let's just hope he could achieve more success in his coaching career than he did in his footballing. Now, if you have made it to the end of this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.